So I'm just gonna reply to this comment here. Autumn, here's somebody else who makes the honey fermented garlic, and she loves it. So I want to thank my sister for opening my mind to these other alternatives. Something else I am using for their croup is called Earthly's Cough Begone. It's an expectorant. It's a combination of herbs mixed into a tincture. Just helps loosen things up and make it easier to get that mucus and that phlegm out. So yeah, thanks to my sister for helping me open my mind to these other alternatives, because as a nurse, you are trained and conditioned to think that, you know, medicinal and pharmaceutical is the only way to treat anything. So thanks to her for that, because in addition to that, I struggled with doctors who kept going over my children and giving me the same recommendations and treatments that weren't working, that resulted in me having to give them the steroid. So instead of trying to come up with another alternative to prevent us from getting to that point, it was like, well, take the Zyrtec and then we'll just give the steroid if it happens again. And that's frustrating to me, because I don't know if anybody else has ever had to give their toddler, I mean, I know other people have, but if you've ever had to give your toddler a steroid or your young child, you know it's like giving them a line of Coke, okay? And it's in their body and they act crazy for like a week, okay? And it just suppresses their immune system. So while it helps them breathe better initially in that moment, it actually takes longer for them to overcome the overall virus and sickness, because the steroid is suppressing their immune system. So I don't know if that makes sense. I can try to explain it a little better if you're not really understanding that, but it's just really frustrating every time you go to the doctor and you get the same answers that aren't working. And I gave up. I was like, forget this. So since 2021, I haven't had to use the steroids on my kids every time they got croup, because I've been using all of these other alternative methods. They're non-toxic, they're not gonna harm us, and they don't make my kids act crazy. So anyway, just keep an open mind. Like I said, thanks to my sister for helping open my mind, but do your research. If you have health conditions and you take other medications, obviously talk to your doctor. A lot of doctors aren't on board with holistic alternatives, but if you can find a doctor that will be on board and help you in the right way that works for you, I definitely recommend it.